Welcome back to Mystery Story. Today, we're diving into some of the most haunted locations in the United States, places where shadows linger, spirits roam, and chilling encounters leave even skeptics questioning reality. Are you brave enough to explore these ghostly sites? Let's begin. Let's talk about the Winchester Mystery House. This place isn't just a house, it's an embodiment of fear and confusion. Sarah Winchester, heir to the Winchester rifle fortune, believed she was cursed by the spirits of those killed by her husband's invention. Driven by terror, she began an endless construction project to appease the vengeful spirits. Staircases leading to nowhere, doors opening into walls, a constant sense of disorientation. It's like the house itself is trying to trap you, to confuse you, to drive you mad. Some say it was designed to confuse the spirits, to keep them at bay. Visitors and investigators report strange occurrences, unexplained noises, cold touches and shadowy figures. The spirits of those lost to the Winchester rifle still roam these halls, seeking solace or perhaps revenge. The Winchester Mystery House remains one of the most actively haunted locations in America. Now, we're heading to the California coast, where the Queen Mary stands, shrouded in a chilling history. This majestic ocean liner, once a symbol of luxury, now rests in Long Beach, holding secrets that send shivers down your spine. One of the most haunted areas is Stateroom B 340. People report seeing a ghostly figure of a woman in white, her sorrowful eyes reflecting deep sadness. The Queen Mary's boiler room, a labyrinth of pipes and machinery, is another hotspot of paranormal activity. People have reported seeing shadowy figures, hearing disembodied voices, and children's laughter echoing down empty hallways. The Queen Mary may no longer sail, but some spirits seem to have stayed aboard. Is it the echoes of past tragedies, the residual energy of countless lives lived and lost, or something more sinister? Whatever the answer, the Queen Mary remains a haunting reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface, a place where the veil between our world and the next seems dangerously thin. Let's move on to our next haunted location. Chapter 3. The Myrtles Plantation, where shadows whisper secrets. Deep in Louisiana, shrouded in humidity and veiled by Spanish moss, lies the Myrtles Plantation. This place is not just a historical landmark. It is a living, breathing entity, whispering secrets of the past to those who dare to listen. This grand old mansion has witnessed centuries of history, its foundations steeped in blood and tears. The walls, if they could speak, would tell tales of joy and sorrow, of life and death, of the many souls who have passed through its doors. The stories whisper through the sugarcane fields, tales of love, loss, betrayal and murder. Each rustle of the cane seems to carry the voices of those long gone, their stories etched into the very fabric of the land. There's a heaviness to the air at the Myrtles Plantation, a palpable sense of sorrow. It's as if the very atmosphere is thick with the emotions of the past, a lingering presence that refuses to be forgotten. It's in the creaking floorboards, the rustling leaves, the distant whispers carried on the wind. Every sound seems to be a reminder of the lives that once filled this place, now reduced to echoes in the dark. They say the plantation is home to at least 12 different spirits, each with their own tragic tale. These spirits are said to roam the halls, their presence felt by those who visit, their stories waiting to be told. But one story stands out. Chloe, a young slave woman who met a gruesome end. Her tale is one of desperation and tragedy, a haunting reminder of the dark history that shadows this place. Chloe, desperate to protect herself and her children, poisoned a birthday cake, silencing her oppressors. Her act was one of sheer desperation, a last-ditch effort to escape the cruelty she faced. Her act of defiance came at a terrible cost. She was caught, murdered, and her body thrown into the Mississippi River. The river, dark and murky, became her final resting place, a silent witness to her tragic end. Now, her tortured soul is said to wander the plantation, seeking solace. Her presence is felt by many, a restless spirit unable to find peace. Visitors report seeing a woman in a turban, her eyes filled with haunting sadness, her reflection appearing in mirrors. These sightings are frequent, as if Chloe is trying to communicate. to tell her story to those who will listen. Chloe's spirit is drawn to mirrors, portals to another realm. It is said that mirrors can capture the soul, and perhaps Chloe's spirit is trapped within these reflective surfaces, forever reaching out. There are also stories of children playing in the shadows, their laughter echoing through the empty halls. These ghostly children are believed to be the spirits of those who once lived here, their innocent joy a stark contrast to the sorrow that pervades the plantation. Footsteps echo on the grand staircase, as if an unseen presence still walks among the living. These footsteps are a reminder that the past is never truly gone, that the spirits of the Myrtles Plantation continue to walk its halls, whispering their secrets to those who dare to listen. Chapter 4, Eastern State Penitentiary, Solitary Confinement in the Afterlife. Imagine a place of absolute silence where the only sound is the pounding of your own heart. A place where the walls seem to close in on you, and the darkness is so thick it feels almost tangible. That's Eastern State Penitentiary, a name that sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. Its very mention conjures images of despair and hopelessness. Built in 1829, this prison was designed to break the spirit through absolute isolation. The architects believed that solitude would lead to penitence and rehabilitation, but it often led to madness instead. Inmates lived in solitary confinement, their every move watched by unseen eyes. They were given minimal human contact, and their days were spent in silent reflection, or more accurately, silent torment. Now the prison stands empty, a decaying reminder of a brutal past. But silence is deceiving. The walls, though crumbling, seem to whisper the stories of those who once lived within them. Within these crumbling walls, a different kind of noise echoes, the sound of suffering, despair, and rage. It's as if the very essence of the inmate's anguish has seeped into the stone and mortar. It's in the air you breathe, the cold, damp air that clings to your skin. The atmosphere is thick with the weight of countless sorrows and unspoken fears. Paranormal investigators have flocked to Eastern State, drawn to its dark history. They come in search of evidence, hoping to capture a glimpse of the otherworldly. EVP recordings capture distant whispers, disembodied voices calling out from the darkness. These voices seem to be trapped in time, forever echoing their pain and suffering. Shadowy figures dart across cell blocks, vanishing before your eyes. These apparitions are fleeting, but their presence is undeniable, leaving a chill in the air. Cell Block 12, a place of utter darkness and despair, housed the most violent offenders. It is said that the energy here is particularly malevolent, a reflection of the tormented souls that once resided within. Visitors report feelings of intense dread, of being watched, of being touched by unseen hands. The sensation is so strong that many leave with an overwhelming sense of unease. Some have even claimed to see ghostly apparitions of former inmates, their eyes burning with a cold, hollow light. These spectral figures seem to be trapped in their own personal hell, forever reliving their torment. Chapter 5. The Stanley Hotel Terror in Room 217. Nestled high in the Colorado Rockies, surrounded by breathtaking beauty, stands the Stanley Hotel. This grand structure, with its majestic architecture and stunning views, seems like a perfect retreat from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. You might think a place like this would be a sanctuary, a haven of peace and tranquility, but you'd be wrong. The Stanley Hotel holds secrets that are far from serene. Beneath the surface of this luxurious hotel lies a darkness as vast as the mountain range that surrounds it. The opulent facade hides a history filled with eerie occurrences and unexplained phenomena. The Stanley Hotel is more than just a hotel. It's a portal where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Guests and staff alike have reported strange happenings that defy logical explanation. It was here that Stephen King found his inspiration for The Shining. The eerie atmosphere and unsettling experiences he encountered during his stay left a lasting impression, leading to one of the most famous horror novels of all time. Room 217, where King stayed, is the epicenter of the hotel's paranormal activity. This room has become infamous for its ghostly encounters and is a focal point for those seeking a brush with the supernatural. It's said that the room is haunted by the spirit of a former housekeeper, Elizabeth Wilson. Her presence is felt by many who enter, and her story adds to the chilling lore of the hotel. Guests report luggage being unpacked, lights flickering, and a feeling of being watched. These occurrences are frequent and have been documented by numerous visitors over the years. Some have even claimed to see Elizabeth herself, a ghostly figure dressed in a white gown. Her apparition is often described as both beautiful and terrifying, a spectral reminder of the hotel's haunted past. Children's laughter echoes through the empty corridors, a chilling reminder of the hotel's tragic past. The sound is both haunting and sorrowful, adding to the eerie ambience of the Stanley. The sound of a piano playing in the dead of night drifts from the ballroom. This ghostly music has been heard by many, and it only adds to the sense of unease that permeates the hotel. The Stanley Hotel is a place where reality bends, and the line between the living and the dead blurs. It stands as a testament to the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding, a place where the past and present coexist in a delicate, eerie balance. These are just a few of America's most haunted places, each with its own chilling stories. Have you ever visited any of these places, or would you? Let us know in the comments which location you find the scariest. If you're drawn to mysteries and the supernatural, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Until next time, keep your eyes open, and remember, the truth is often stranger than fiction.